Makeup can be used in so many ways, whether it's for a costume, daily wear for a special occasion, or if you're just bored or up at 3 in the morning and you want to put on some makeup. The following statistics come from Mary Ackland Civic Science in 2019. 39% of women and 41% of Americans say that they wear makeup every single day. Do you wear makeup? And if you do wear makeup, have you ever thought about how makeup has originated? Today I would like to inform the Communication 110 class about the history of makeup. I would like to discuss when makeup first originated, how popular makeup has been over the years, and also how the ingredients and the quality of makeup has changed over time. I would now like to begin further discussion of my main points regarding makeup. The first point that I would like to discuss is when and how makeup was first created and introduced. Many people may not realize how far makeup originates because it has been around for over 7,000 years. Many know that Egyptians wore makeup, but it has actually originated way before that. So it goes over 7,000 years ago, and that would be the first millennium BCE with Chinese royalty. Greeks and Romans would use ground up stone as face powder. When it comes to how makeup was introduced, Egyptians who wore makeup were more of royalty, like Cleopatra, and they would wear makeup to show their royalty and to show their sign of beauty. And they would find beetles to crush up for pigments as they would use for lipsticks. Many other Egyptians who were non-royalty would also still decorate their eyes with like an eyeliner because they thought it was a sign of warding off the evil eye. It is not until the 20th century that we start to see more modern makeup. The information that I got about the makeup being from stone and beetles, and then any dates that I said, was from Molly Edmonds, How Makeup Works 2011, and then Ali Turner, The Origins of Makeup 2020. That concludes my first point regarding when and how makeup was first introduced into history. The second point I would like to address is how popular makeup has been since it first originated. Starting with Egyptian times, cosmetics were very, very popular as they would use makeup and oils for many skin and cosmetics purposes. Shifting to makeup in China, as I said earlier, they did use face powder and stuff in Greece, but then in China, they didn't really use much face makeup. It was more nail polish. That was what was very popular. And the one thing is that lower class could not wear nail polish that was brightly colored. So that was more just for royalty that could use the brightly colored nail polishes. And then in Japan, geishas were popular for having very extravagant makeup, and certain makeup was for ceremonies also. In Europe, even people like Alexander the Great would wear makeup, and not only for cosmetic purposes, but they also believed there were health purposes. In England, in the 1800s, Queen Elizabeth I, she actually banned makeup due to the prevalence of prostitution. She did not find it classy for people to be wearing makeup that could associate them with how a prostitute were to look. And then getting into the 20th century, during the 1900s, many of the working class had tan skin from working outside all the time. So makeup was actually catered to fair skinned people, because if you had fair skin, that would show that you didn't have to be outside very often, you didn't have to work, so you had enough money. And so pretty much that was just to show your status that you had. And then in the 1920s, makeup was highly popular because of Hollywood, and many people were influenced by actresses. Up until World War II, when supplies went scarce, they didn't have enough resources to still be making makeup. And then in the 1960s and 70s, makeup was actually boycotted due to the rise in women's rights and feminism. The 1980s and 90s brought the rise in popularity for makeup, along with bold looks becoming popular in makeup. That finally brings us to the 21st century, and we've hit a huge milestone in makeup. Not only is makeup popular with women, but now everyone. Whoever desires to wear makeup has gained the confidence, no matter the gender. Makeup has become a huge way for people to express themselves, no matter how they choose, and there's so many ways. A majority of the information above I got from Anna Walker from The Evolution of Makeup in November 30th. Now my second point over the popularity has been discussed. Finally, the third point I would like to inform you is how drastically the ingredients in makeup have changed since 7,000 years ago. So starting with Egypt again, their main ingredients for makeup was a soft rock called ochre, which was used as a pigment, and then kohl, spelled K-O-H-L, was actually used as an eyeliner, along with henna, which we actually still use sometimes today, and then they had the beetles as pigment mentioned previously. Also used by Egyptians were things like thyme, lavender, mint, and many more to make oils. As I mentioned before, Greeks would crush up the rocks and use that as face powder, and then some powder was also made from lead or chalk. The nail polish that the Chinese made was from gum, Arabic, gelatin, beeswax, and also egg. Many makeup ingredients that were used were poisonous, for example, arsenic and lead. There was also a point in time when makeup was banned, and women would instead use crushed up flowers for pigments, or they would rub beets on their lips and their cheeks to have a rosy pigment. And castor oil has also been an ingredient in makeup, and that is also still used today in certain things. In the 1800s, zinc oxide became popular for face powder, and during the Roaring 20s, people started to worry a little more about the ingredients that they were putting into their makeup. The 1950s is where we really start to see a change in modern makeup and the modern makeup industry emerging. After that, the ingredients only kept improving, and in 1966 is when the FDA started making any kind of makeup have to have a FDA label on it. In today's day, we have been able to start banning animal testing for cosmetics, and we also have access to clean, organic, and vegan ingredients for our makeup and skincare products. While some products still do have ingredients that could be improved, we have come such a long way from rocks, beetles, flowers, and fruit for pigments. This information comes from cosmeticsinfo.org, A History of Cosmetics from Ancient Times, and Evergreen Beauty College, How Makeup Has Changed Over Time. That wraps up my third point regarding ingredients in makeup over time. Now I finished discussing my three main points, being how and when makeup originated, the popularity of makeup throughout the years, and then also how makeup ingredients have changed over time. Treat your makeup like jewelry for the face. Play with colors, shapes, structure. It can transform you. From Françoise Nors.